All right, bridle joints. That could be argued. It's either a corner bridle joint or I actually would call that a through mortise and tenon. But anyway, no matter what you call it, here's how you make it. The through tenon joint. This also is a good framing joint and can be done quite easily on the bandsaw. What you do is divide the thickness of your timber into 3. So it's been divided into 3 across here and also 3 along here. Mark out the width that you're going to have and also mark it on the other piece. Now continue these lines all the way around on both pieces. The only thing to remember when you're cutting these is which side of the line you're going to cut on. So I would cut on the outside of this line here and the inside of this line here. So when I'm making the tenon, I'm cutting on the outside of the line. Again, I'll use featherboard and I'm going to cut down to this line here. And bearing in mind I said I wasn't going to have the dust extractor on. If I had the dust extractor on, we wouldn't be getting this dust and this smoke. Now turn it over with the fence set at the same setting. Move your featherboard in. And that cut we're doing here will be identical to this side here. That's the tenon being formed. Then I cut on the outside of the line with the tenon. I'm going to cut on the line for the mortise, because if I cut on the outside of this line, it'll be too sloppy fit. So I'd much prefer to have this a little bit tighter, then I can adjust the tenon. That's going to be pretty close when it's cleaned up. To get rid of this waste, move the fence out of the way and just saw again on an oblique. If that ever happens, never reach in and try and get it. Stop the saw, then reach in, remove it. And that last little bit in there, I'll just get out with the chisel. Take the cheeks off the tenon. Use the box again on the inside of the pencil mark. Cut down to that shoulder. And the same on the other side. Now we've got to clean up down the bottom here and clean these edges up a bit. But there's the start of your through tenon. And that's it. You'll often find door frame constructions made out of this, especially on smaller cupboards. So that's how you do that. The other bridle joint I want to discuss is the T-bridle joint, and that's this fella here. And here's how you make a T-bridle joint. The bridle joint, very, very similar to the through tenon, only the tenon is actually between two solid pieces and the mortise slides up. So the set out is much the same as for the tenon. Mark the width and the depth. Now transfer these marks all the way around, and on the mortise make sure you've got it on both sides. And once more with the marking gauge divided into 3. On both sides. And also on the mortise. So pencil lines all the way around, divided into 3 on the edges, and with the mortise part, lines on the edges and the edges marked. And again, I'll cut the tenon first, and then I can judge from the tenon how wide to cut this mortise. Cut on the inside of the line, up to these mark lines here. Turn it over, do the same from the other edge. And there you have it. Clean the waste out. Now I've done that, I'll actually clean that with a chisel, then we can marry it up to this mortise and just check to see how close we are before we cut it. Get rid of that waste. So 2 bridle joints, a quarter one and a T one. And they will find various applications as you go through building different bits of furniture or even bits of construction outside if you're doing, again, any framing work or outdoor furniture. And you'll notice these joints are starting to get a little bit more complex as we go through. So that takes care of the bridle joints, and the next one I'll cover is the miter joints.